When I was little, I remember being pretty sad sometimes that my dad wasn't around. Not all the time, but it was there, like the quiet buzzing sound electricity makes when it's running through an old light bulb. Always there, humming away in the background. But I remember one thing that really helped was reading with my grandpa. I'd go and I'd grab a huge stack of books from his shelf, as many as I could carry, and I'd come over and dump them all beside his lazy boy chair, and I'd hop in his lap and we'd read all of them, one after the other. And he'd just sit there reading with me as long as I wanted. His breath kind of smelled like old coffee, and sometimes his clothes would smell a little bit like gasoline from working outside all day, but that was okay. I don't think it was the reading exactly that mattered to me so much at the time. It was more so the fact that this man that I looked up to so much, he was willing to sit down and spend some time with me. Just me and him and those books. Now, there's a lot of studies out there that try to explain why reading to kids matters so much. And it's true, when you read with them every day, it does a lot of things. It exposes them to more words. They do better at school. And there's even a study that shows that just having a bookshelf in your house is highly correlated with academic success. It puts kids almost 3 years ahead on their educational path than they would have been growing up in a home with no books. But books on a shelf aren't going to read themselves. And I think what those studies miss out on is the untestable, unobservable, unquantifiable experience that's happening inside the mind of that little boy or little girl who's reading with a loved one. Einstein said, if you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. When you're reading with your kids, you're not just showing them how to read the words on the page, you're showing them how those words on the page can come to life and create a story that teaches them something new about the world and about themselves. The two of you are like explorers, and the stories that you read together are like new worlds that you're discovering for the very first time. Some worlds are going to be happy and fun and bright. Others are going to be scary and dark and uncertain. And some worlds are just plain boring, and you might not finish those. You might end those adventures early, but it's all good. The point is that no matter what you decide to do, you're in it together. Stories and books are like models of the world, and the way that you read a story is itself a model that shows your kids how they can interact and engage with the world. It teaches them how to think, and at the same time, it reminds you of what it was like when you read those stories for the first time, and you get to see those worlds once again through the eyes of a child. It's like time traveling to the past, exploring the present, and building a better future all at once. Just you, your kids, and a book.